Drew Baldridge.
Drew, is this the week we're doing it or what?
This is it, brother.
So if Drew hits number one, which I think you're at 3 this week.
Yeah, so we're 3 this week on Media Base and 5 on Billboard.
Okay, let's just keep it on Media Base. That's all we care about right here.
I like it.
It's 3 this week. At 2, I think was Everybody Get Tipsy.
Yeah, Shaboozing.
Yeah,
Shaboozing.
and then at number 1, it
Bulletproof.
was I've tried Jack, I tried Jim. So we've set up for this number 1. Now,
Yes.
the thing about Drew, if you've been listening to the stuff that we've been doing over on the Bobbycast, if he reaches number 1 on Media Base, he'll be the first ever self-funded artist to reach the top spot with their song.
That's amazing,
Self-funded
dude.
artist.
Insane.
What does self-funded mean, Drew?
Well, I just had to create my own record label to do this. So I had to hire my own staff, and which is a lot. I mean, that's why artists, back in the day really couldn't do it. We're very lucky that streaming exists to kind of fund the staff to help send a radio, because it's like you can't just have a label and say, hey, I'm sending a song to radio, and everybody just starts playing it. You got to have people that rep you, that go out and say, hey, can you please play this? Please play this. And we're just very lucky that radio has been so kind. I've been in Nashville for 13 years now chasing this.
Overnight success is what I hear. I don't know about you guys. Never been a better example of overnight success. Talk about the song for a second. So She's Somebody's Daughter. How long ago did you write the song?
So I wrote this song 6 years ago after meeting my wife's dad for the first time. She was just my girlfriend. And it was kind of just like one of those things of, don't mess this up. Like, treat her right. I wanted a message to myself to remember that. So I wrote this song back in 2018, and I was on a record label, and we put it out in 2019. And it just really didn't do anything. There was a girl at that time had a song, Tennille Towns had a song called Somebody's Daughter, which was a great song. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And it was such a God blessing, because we didn't put it out to radio, and the label I was on closed in 3 months. And
Because of you?
Not because of
Okay.
me. Well, I hope
That's
not.
good.
I hope not. But it was just they just wanted to shut their doors, and I thought, man, I'd get a new record deal. And 2020 came, and COVID hit, and nobody would, take meetings, and I almost quit. I lost my record deal. I lost my manager. I lost my booking agent. And the thing that I did was, I said, okay, that's kind of one last straw. I'm just going to post on my TikTok and just say, hey, I'll play in anybody's backyard that wants to have me. And I thought we'd get like 5 requests. We ended up getting, I think, close to 20,000 requests. And I went around the country for 2 or 3 years and just played in 300 people's backyards.
What was the least amount of money you ever got for doing a backyard?
Oh, man. I think $500.
Okay, still respectable. Okay, so no one got you for like $2 and some lint in their pocket. Like, oh, man.
Or like dinner.
Yeah. Oh, crap. I forgot to bring my wallet. And what was the most anybody ever gave you?
Man, I think, it's hard. I'm trying to remember. I think like $5,000
Nice.
to go play. And that was, at that time, everybody thought I was doing them such a favor. Like, man, you being here is awesome. I can't believe you're in your yard. And I'd be like, man, no, like what you're doing for me is life-changing. Like, I have a son, I have a wife, and I'm trying to live a lifestyle and stay in Nashville. It's expensive here. And just like, they helped me so much. And now it's crazy to think that all those people we played in their backyards, I'm seeing posts every day. It's like, this dude's almost got a #1 record. He was in our yard. It's just crazy.
And sometimes as a porch pirate, not even playing the show. He was just trying to steal stuff to get by.
Yeah.
So we feel like this could be the week.
Man, yeah. Right now there's this thing called Real Time that shows the chart in real time, and we're at #1, guys. We're at #1 in real time, and it's such a blessing, and I just can't believe it. Everybody looks at Media Base. I'm also like a Billboard watcher too, and we're 3 on Billboard, and I'm like, oh man, we're so close. Like, it'd be cool to hit the #1 on both. But I was talking to some buddies yesterday, and they're just like, dude, you're #1.
Take your #1 song.
Take the #1. And it's just such a blessing to know too, like, we did it by ourselves. Like, there wasn't no fancy strings being pulled. There wasn't big money pockets behind it. It was just like, man.
Big pharma. He didn't take it.
They exist.
Hey, dark political money. He didn't take it.
No, we didn't take it, man. It's just cool. And also, I can just say it's the fans. They drove this song. I think, they've had like 1 billion views on TikTok, and like have driven this song to #1. It's really them, and they've become a part of my life and part of my family, and it's really special to watch a song that means so much to me. I wrote about my wife and her dad, and now watching it mean so much to other people and hearing people sing at shows. Like, I've been here for 13 years. I've never had anybody sing along at a show. And so, like, my bass player, the first time it happened, he's been playing bass for me for 11 years, like right when I started. And I remember the first time it happened, it was last year, and people started singing. I was like, dude, do you remember people singing at our show? Nope, never. Nobody's ever sang. I've been waiting on this for 10 years. I was like, oh, my goodness, we finally got a song that people know.
Whenever you write a song, let's say for your now wife, and you play it for her, you're like, this was inspired. When you write a song inspired by her dad, you're like, Chuck, come here. I want you to listen to this song I wrote. How did that get back to him? Because that's kind of, it's not awkward, but it's kind of, I wrote the song about you.
Yeah, I didn't show him. I showed her.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, if you want to show your dad, you can. And I have this really special video of the first time, like, we're getting married. And she said, Dad, I got the song we're going to dance to. And I made, the 2019 version's like this real up-tempo thing. And we got married in 2021. So it was a couple of years later, I made a special wedding version just so she could dance to it with her dad. It's just me and a piano and a cello. And so she pulls it up in the kitchen and just starts dancing with her dad in the kitchen to it, and they're crying. And I like sneak my phone in on the side of it and watch, get to watch them have this special moment of her and her dad. And that was really cool for me as a songwriter to be like, man, I've been writing songs since I was 16 in my bedroom, and like never thought I'd write the song that my wife and father-in-law would dance to. And not only that, but so many around the country. At that time, it was just literally I did it for them. And we posted the video on our honeymoon of just like, hey, if you like this wedding version, I'll put it out. And it was a Wednesday, and we woke up the next morning with almost 10 million views on the TikTok. And I was just like, me and my wife were dancing. I was like, every record company's going to be calling us now, baby. And nobody did. Nobody did.
We laugh now, but not so funny then.
Not so funny then, man. No, now we're laughing because it's like, yeah, we freaking did it by ourselves. But back then it was like, oh, man, everybody's going to be calling. And yeah, nobody did, and just watched it happen. So many other dads use this song. And it's so funny now in meet and greets. I have these cowboys that come up in cowboy hats and real manly man, and they're like crying. They're like, don't tell anybody I'm crying, but that song right there really means a lot to me.
Are those dads Macho Man Randy Savage?
No, it
okay.
sounded like
it. Like.
Everyone sounded like, oh, Macho Man.
Yeah.
Have you played any weddings? This song, any weddings?
I have, yeah. There's some really awesome TikTok videos too, where I just kind of surprise some people. Like, I get messages all the time, and I always reach back if I see them, like, where's it at? If I'm in the area and I'm touring, like, and if I have time, I'll stop by, and if it works out, it does. And if not, I wish we could surprise more people. But yeah, we've done a couple of them. They've been really special. I had one in Salt Lake City that really stands out. They reached out and they're like, we're using, She's Somebody's Daughter. I also have this song called Can She Have This Dance that I wrote for my mama to dance to at our wedding. And we put that out too. And like, my husband's dancing to that song. We're also going to use your song. And I was like, well, man, they're using all my songs.
It's a tribute show. You're still
alive.
alive.
Tribute. I'm still here. So we would show up and we got to play those, and that was really cool. But those are some special moments because you just get to be a part of people's lives. And I just think that's what's so cool about country music is, music's made to make memories too. And man, when you can be a part of somebody's long-term memory of getting married, that's really special to me.
I know for a long time you were booking all of your own shows too. Like you were a DIY. And what's cool is you've learned how to do it, but now have there been people come along that are now joining the team?
Yeah. So from 2020 to 24, I managed myself. I booked myself. I was my own record label. I don't know what I was doing.
Would you talk like yourself though, or would you be like,
great question.
Drew,
I'm representing Drew Baldridge.
Yeah. Let me go check his calendar.
Yeah. So what I do is I just had a Drew Baldridge management email on my Instagram, and I still do. It just says Drew Baldridge Management at Gmail, and show inquiries would come through that, and I'd just be like, thank you so much for being interested in Drew Baldridge. This is what we require. And so, yeah, I'd just run that email, and when they would ask to get on the phone, that's when it would get hairy, and then I'd have to tell my tour manager, like, hey man, do you care to call these people? This is what we need, and this is what we're doing. And but yeah, so I ran it by myself for 4 years. We did it all the way up to top 10 alone, with no manager, no agent, no record label. And then The last month, I got a manager now, which is super awesome. I don't feel alone, and I have an awesome booking agent, UTA, where I'm not having to, run all those phone calls. I got a son, I got a wife. When I'm gone all the time, then I come home and I'm on the phone till 9:00 at night. My wife wants to kill me half the time, probably. I would if it was reversed. And so, getting a team to start helping this is awesome. But it's also like I've been doing this alone, so I'm like, it's really hard to give it up. I'm like, no, you don't know. You might not know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. And it's like, no, I'm finally starting to feel like, I can just relax. Like, oh my goodness, we're about to have a number one. I actually have a team that knows what they're doing. They know more than I do. I'm just, it's been a journey for sure.
I'm seeing a bunch of shows pop up, like more shows.
Yeah, man. We just announced a tour just last week where we're going to go out and kind of celebrate this She's Somebody's Daughter journey to number one. And they're all on my website at drewbaldridgemusic.com. Little plug right there.
Starting, by the way, it's a bunch of the cities that went into September 6th, Greenville, North Carolina, but all the way up until December 6th, Bakersfield, Vegas, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Minneapolis, Des Moines, just some of the places that our shows heard. So you guys go to Drew's Instagram or his website and you can see all the shows there.
Man, thank you for that. Yeah, we're excited. And, we hope that we have more people come out than ever. I've been touring for, 12 years, 11 years, and, just now having people sing along. So it's really nerve-wracking, like headlining your own tour. I'm sure if you talk to artists that come in here, you're like, man, I just hope I sell 100 tickets. Like, you want everybody to win. You want the person that's the club that's having you there. You want them to make money. You want to not be broke, and you want the fans to enjoy it, not come out. Because I played so many shows where there's like 3 people, and you're just like, hi guys, this is for you. I guess
you learn every one of their names.
Yeah, you do. But what's cool now is people come out and they have their backyard shirts on, and that's what's been really special is, that says Baldridge and Bonfire. It's what we called the tour, and they have their Baldridge and Bonfire shirt on. I was like, you're here when nobody was. It's just a different kind of bond with these people.
Can I suggest a song called He's Somebody's Son?
I had a lot of people ask that.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't want to be fair.
There you go. Yeah.
He's somebody's son.
I'd like
doesn't
that
have
one.
the same.
It doesn't hit the same.
Doesn't have the same.
Because you
ring.
haven't heard all the lyrics yet, haters. All you guys, you haven't heard
I
how,
want you
like,
to write that, Bobby.
yeah,
Bring it back.
I really get in touch with my personal side, and you guys are like, it doesn't hit the same. Yeah. Drew, I'm happy for you, man.
Well, thank you. And you've been such a big part of this too, like allowing me to come on here when, I don't really have.
Yeah, you're a total
offer.
loser when I found you. Total loser.
100%.
I was like, what do you need, sir?
100%. But no, this means a lot. Since I moved to Nashville, I've always dreamed of being on the Bobby Bones Show. This has been a special moment for me to come in here. And you guys don't have to allow me to come in here and tell my story. And Bobby, you've told my story so many times to so many of your listeners. And I'm just very thankful and humbled. And, I've had deals and I've lost them. And I don't take anything for granted anymore. This is special being in here with you guys today.
We're going to play She's Somebody's Daughter. Do you want us to play like 12 times just to make sure?
100%.
Just
Yes.
on repeat.
Please. At least, once every hour. There we go. Every morning.
Drew Baldridge, She's Somebody's Daughter. Drew, congratulations on whatever run this is. I hope you get your number one. That's amazing. Whatever you do next. But don't fall into that trap of going, okay, now I got to do it again. There'll be a time for that. But this week is time.
Man. Well, thank you. Because it's easy to stress out because everybody's like, man, what's next? Hey, you're ringing the bell once. How do you do it again? I'm like, I don't friggin' know. I'll be honest. I don't know how we're going to do it again, but we're going to try. And so you can get caught in that trap, but I'm really just trying to enjoy it. Next week, I took vacation. Me and my wife, we're going to go to the beach for 4 days and just try to, if we're number one, great. If not, we're just going to celebrate the journey of this, of like, hey, we did this together.
After you get back, stress out.
Exactly.
Take you a few days. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Are you able to really disconnect? Like, do you think when you go on vacation next week, like you'll be able to truly unplug?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know. My wife has already said you got to, but she was like, you're going to be on the phone so much with people saying, congrats. And so I was like, at least that's better than like them saying, what's next? Or like, what are you doing now? And so I think there's going to have to come where I just shut my phone off to really disconnect and just enjoy it, because already it's getting to the point where I'm getting a lot of text of congrats and I feel bad I'm not being able to respond to people.
Johnny come lately is what I call him.
Yeah. I'm not trying to do that. But like I said, next week I'm really going to try. because my wife deserves that too. and so does my son. And I feel like we do too, how busy we've been. So I'm going to try to shut it off, but we'll see. I mean, it's also fun to get congrats from buddies, and I've never had really anybody congratulate me about stuff. You know? So about my music.
That's such a sad thing to say.
Your wedding.
Like
of-
ever?
Yeah.
Wow.
I just
Your
mean about our
child was
song.
born.
He's like, no one's
Yeah.
ever really liked me. That sounds like some crap I would say. Wow.
Well, I just mean about my song
we know,
achieving, you know? That did sound terrible.
Then I'm going to do you a special favor, and I'm not going to text you congrats.
Oh, well, thanks, man.
Wait, can you tell him now, though?
No, just a little gift from me to him. I'm just going to ignore him for a while.
Okay.
Perfect.
As everybody else is like, you're the man. I'm going to be like, you know what? I'll take 3 steps back.
You tell me the next week.
Yeah.
That makes me feel
Then I'll
better.
be like, what's next?
There we go. Love it.
That's cool, man. Congratulations. I'm sure I'll talk to you soon, but
Yeah.
you are an example of what I think a lot of artists are going to look at and go, dang, I'm thinking about giving it up. But they get to see your story because you also had those thoughts, as you said, and you didn't, and you found a way, and the ways that other people are going to find are not going to be the same. But it does show people if you don't quit, you work hard, and you strategize, and then you modify your strategy constantly, like there is a way.
There is a way. And I think that's what's been one of the most cool things out of this whole thing is so many artists have reached out and be like, dude, this is awesome. Like, can we go get breakfast? I'm like, 100%. Let's go do that. Because there's so many great artists in Nashville that come here. They get a record deal, and then their first song doesn't work or their second one, then they don't get to go to radio again, or they're just dropped, or they're lost, or they become songwriters, and they still have that artist drive. And it's been awesome to give some people some hope of saying, like, no, man, you have the right song that you believe in, that you'll put, you know, or give it a real shot, a real chance, put your whole heart into it. It can work. And that's what's, I think, so cool and so cool for our community and our whole town. And even radio, it's awesome. Like, hey, you have a song that's working and people love it, radio will play it. And you just got to believe in it. And you know, it'll take a whole year of your life. And, you know, we sent it to radio August 21st of last year. So it's been almost a full year. But it's been fun to have a lot of other artists reach out and be able to give some love to them.
At Drew Baldridge Music, you can find the link there for all his tour dates. You can just, I don't guess you get paid for Instagram though, do you?
Man,
You can't just like watch a video over and over and over again and put money in your pocket.
no, but you can on.
You can
know,
stream the music though.
Yeah, exactly. Stream the music but come out to
Go
shows.
to a show. Yeah. Go to a show and buy merch.
There you go.
The merch is what helps.
The merch
for sure.
is where
Buy
it's
the merch.
at. Yeah.
At Drew Baldridge Music. Drew, good to see you, buddy. Everybody say bye to Drew. Good to
Hey,
meet you.
guys.
Congrats, Drew.
Guys. Thanks, y'all.
And we're rooting for you to see what's next.
I love it.
All right, bye, Drew.
It's a